the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here with OP Racing Premier Series as they bring you the Dega 250, and qualifying is underway. My name is KR Stolfus, and in the booth with me tonight is my good buddy Al Smith, who is in the middle of consuming large amounts of chocolate because it is tax season. Al, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Sorry, KR, I had a Hershey's.
Oh.
Courtesy. I got it courtesy of the 21 team.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's not a bad gift. Did you fib on his taxes a little bit?
We might have smeared some chocolate on the taxes.
All right, man. Well, hey, qualifying is underway. Final few seconds here. We wanted to say hello to y'all, but we are going to step away for the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Qualifying is done and over with. Our drivers are taking to the grid. That means it is time to look at our starting lineup for the Dega 250, presented by butt kicker Vicente Guerrero in the 14 on the inside of row number 1, your quick time qualifier at a time of 54.081. To his outside, the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 2 going to be the 63 of Logan Helton, your regular season champion, and to his outside, the 40 of Peter deBorja. David Booth and Zachary Lima make up row number 3. Row 4, Sebastian Marin in the 23 and Steve Kurosik in the 027. Row number 5 going to be the 25 of Kevin Freis and the 4 of Rick Siebrands.
Rolling off in the 11th spot on the inside of row number 6. Well, it's Hunter Reynolds for the number 26 team. And outside of him, Kody Neagles in car number 6. On the inside of row number 7 will be the 24, Tyler Miller. And outside of him with his dancing partner, the 95 with the Hall of Famer, Jim Maier. Richard Sanchez and Josh Milam will make up row number 8. Row number 9 is going to go Zach Workman and Jeff Crosby Sr. And rounding out your first 10 rows will be Gabe Butler in car number 88 to his outside, the 53 of Dave Hunt.
Casey Gilchrist and Eric Laurie make up row number 11. Row 12, the inside will be Zach Fritsch, and the outside, the 44 of Anthony English. Row number 13, Daniel Holloway in the 21, Sean Stevens in the 27. Row 14, Jeff Crosby Jr., PJ Cox. Row 15, Jimmy Reynolds and Andy Brigante.
The next row, we'll see the 47 of 31 of Richard Kuhn outside of him. The 71 of Sean McCara. Dennis Nathan Warren starting 33rd, 34th. We'll go to Jeremy Funk. David Overstreet will roll off 35th with Bryan Wang in car number 0536. In your final 2 starters here tonight, Les Levy in the 62, in John Guerrera in car number 59, all the way from Canada. KR 38 cars strong here tonight for what is going to be an exciting race that's going to take place once these cars get off of turn number 4 and then through the trial before getting to that restart zone.
All right, the field making its way off of turn number 4. Matt Wagner, our race control. Thank you very much, Matt, for doing that thankless job. How you doing, buddy? He's in YouTube chat as well. Miss Maxine, how you doing? Les Levy chiming in. Les Levy did not make it to the grid. He was too busy typing into YouTube chat. We'll see if he gets back out there, if he's in start and park mode. And Miss Mara is saying hello. But here we go, Al. The 14 leads this field to the first green flag of the night. We are underway in the first race in the round of 16, the Dega 250. Well, everyone put their foot down. Must mean it's green.
I mean, it's green, and if you see the cars with a green spoiler, green name tag KR, those are your championship hopefuls. So we'll keep an eye if you see those green cars running up front, which, well, tonight, number 1 of the round of 16 KR, and these drivers have a lot on the line. We see how the racing will be as we see the outside lane being led by Mark Mann in that 04. He's got the 40 of Peter deBorja there right behind him, and they are working an outside lane, but inside Vicente Guerrero leads them off of turn number 4.
Onto the front stretch and headed to the trial of the 14. Out in front, but Logan Helton in the 63 challenging on the outside to lead the first lap, and the 63 is going to get it done. He picks up that bonus point. He is your regular season champion. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at our race info here for tonight's Dega 250 presented by Butt Kicker. This is the first race in the round of 16. There are 3 races in total. Your top 8 will advance into the round of 8. Oh, I see what they did there. As I said before, Logan Helton is our regular season champ. Our stages are at 25, or at the completion of lap 25 and lap 50. And there is 1 fast repair available to our drivers here tonight. So, Al, with this race down and away. First race in the round of 16. Hopes are high for our 16 drivers, but everyone who is not in the top 16 looking to play spoiler.
Yeah, that they are, and they are already 3 wide. The outside lane being led by Lima, him, and I believe that is the number 70, not 77, the 027 of Coruscant working an outside lane there. KR side of the car lost it out of my my view from up here. I got it in the way, had to move the popcorn. The outside lane starting to get formed up, and they've got some help up there, so we already started to see 3 lines.
Trouble!
deBorja sideswiping down there. Oh, no, trouble behind them as multiple cars involved. Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, a couple of our championship hopefuls already with damage. Kody Neagles, the rear end of the car ripped off of the number 6. He gets pointed back in the right direction. Not sure if that has engine damage or not, KR, but Neagles' car able to roll away, not front end damage, so it might be okay. A little bit of right front.
And this one triggered towards the front of the field, and it collects several drivers here on lap number 4. And that is huge because, like you said, several hopeful drivers getting caught up in this. We ride on board with Jim Maier in the 95. Tags his teammate, but is able to squeeze through.
And really, that just happened in that trioval car. And the cars get so light there, the air moving around the cars, it just looks like it washed up Peter. And the car that was below him, I believe that was Kevin Freis potentially in that 25. It just happened so quick here. Peter did a good job saving it, but everybody else behind him taking evasive action, and whew.
I will say that that helped Jeremy Funk out. He was behind the pack quite a bit. In fact, he was so far behind that the pace car was released before he even came around the start-finish line.
So not how these drivers wanted to start their championship run. And everybody's going to come down pit road about 20 laps, a little over 20 laps to the end of stage number 1. I assume some of these drivers with damage will sit on pit road and work on it, save that backup car. Do not see really anybody that's going to need a backup car after that first wreck.
All right, so everyone comes down pit road. Race off of pit road being won by the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. So the Dega 250 off to a bit of a rough start as we're under our first caution. So Al, first race in the round of 16. First caution in the round of 16, and several playoff hopeful drivers involved in our first incident of it. So with that being said, let's take a moment and look at who our championship contenders are. There's your top 16. And man, it's a list of who's who here in OP Racing. It's also a pretty good list of those who got caught up in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you got Peter deBorja, Rick Siebrands involved, Jim Maier, Sebastian Marin, Jeff Crosby Jr., Josh Milam, all involved in this one, still sitting down on pit road. And those names I just said, along with Dan Holloway, are all championship drivers. So at least over 6 of the field of 16 involved here in this early crash here in stage number 1. The good news though, KR, for them, it's early. So you sit on pit road, lap times around the Talladega Superspeedway are slow here, over 1:40. So plenty of time to work on that car, get the damage knocked out the best you can. Because you don't really want to burn that car unless you absolutely have to this early in the race.
Yeah, you never want to burn a fast repair on lap 6, but if you got to, you got to, and that's how it goes sometimes.
Yep, that's what all these drivers know, that they have that car just in case it happens. Well, let's face it, KR, we're super speedway racing. The big one's going to happen. It doesn't matter. It's not if, it's a matter of when. And that's not a knock on these guys either, KR, because they are the best in the business.
Quite a few drivers came down pit road, topped off their fuel tanks to try and make it to the end of the stage, or if they can't, to have a shorter pit stop than everyone else. Your top 8 cars did not come down pit road. So Richard Sanchez and Richard Kuhn on the front row for this restart. Battle of the Richards. There's Dave Hunt, Casey Gilchrist, Sean McCara, and Rick Siebrands making up the first 3 rows of this restart. Al, these guys onto the backstretch. They've had a little bit of a rough go, but they're going to have another shot to fire them off.
That they are and get into a rhythm. I mean, they were 3 wide racing early on in stage number 1. I wonder if this wreck here will tame that down a little bit or maybe make it a little bit worse, KR. We're about to find out. But you can see already the car is lined up in double fashion behind the Ford Mustang pace car. It'll be making its way to pit road. It'll be interesting to see if some of these cars that stayed out that have damage, if they're able to maintain the speed in the draft here.
All right, so the pace car heads for pit road. Just 5 cars in the second lane. Everyone else single file because they had come down pit road to top off their fuel tank. Richard Sanchez, Richard Kuhn into the restart zone. Green flag is out. We are back underway as we start lap 8 of our scheduled 94 laps here tonight.
And the outside lane did not get going. Already back to outside the third place car. Richard Kuhn not getting a good push right now from the 31 of Gilchrist. So let's see if that line builds its momentum back up. They should work their way towards the front once again. Dave Hunt's going to swing to the outside right in front of the 47 of Kuhn. And just like that, already 2 by 2 as they work down the back stretch.
On board with Sean Stevens in the 27. He has Bryan Wang just ahead of him. As Sean Stevens got a good view of the lead pack, and he could be at that optimal safe distance where if something happened, you got plenty of time to slow down.
Yep, and we got 3 lanes of racing already up there. Korosek up behind Hunter Reynolds in that 26, making the outside lane, well, trying to make it work. Richard Kuhn, Dave Hunt in the middle. Now that 3 wide action will go to 2 by 2 as they will drag race down the backstretch. Sanchez still your race leader. Sean McCara runs in spot number 2. He made it through that wreck. He's up 30 spots from the start of this race. He started all the way back in 32nd and already finds himself here in the 2nd spot right there behind that Jaspers number 510 of Sanchez. 53 of Hunt works the outside. He's got a good push from Richard Kuhn, the Florida native. They work down through here, but don't look now towards the back. Little 3 wide action. Gabe Butler in the sandwich there. Battle of the Beers as the Miller Lite at 25 of Freis will go on by. He's got a good push from Lima. Lima's been fast, KR, in that number 1 car. Not having some good luck here in the last few weeks, but showing fast in that Red Bull KTM Chevrolet.
Quite a few drivers just turned their fastest lap, Al. But the fastest lap of the race, I did miss who that was. And dang it, it's gone before I can get back to it.
I believe it's currently Andy Brigante with a 49.58, but I could be mistaken.
Could be.
I've been looking at a lot of numbers. So,
Well, either way, we are 3 wide. Kevin Freis in the 25 up on the top shelf. Dave Hunt in the 53 right there in the middle. And the 510 of Richard Sanchez has been dedicated to that bottom line since he got into that place. Now Kevin drops down in the middle lane. That leaves it open for Zach in the I don't know what number that is. That KTM car leading the charge in the 3rd lane.
he's got the wings out, ready to go with that Red Bull number 1. Like you said, there, is it the I or is it the 1? I get thrown off. It's the KTM on the front of it, though, but it is up there working the outside lane. He's got a good pusher behind him with the 26 of Reynolds. And just like I thought, they're taking a little bit of easy, you know, not going 3 wide or anything like that early on here. It stays on rolling. Oh, hang on to Richard Kuhn. Got a little bit tight up off of turn number 2. Saves it, but that caused some drivers to go scattering behind them, and that breaks up that middle lane pretty good. Lima now going to drop down to that middle lane. Here comes Korosek. He'll chop the nose off the 53 of Hunt in the turn 3. And just like that, that 3rd lane starting to fizzle out with the drivers moving to that middle lane.
Les Levy is sitting on pit road in his 62, but so far he has not turned a lap. We'll see if he's going to get out there and do a lap or if he's just trying to get that thing fired. Either way, Les, if you have the inkling, you're welcome to join us in the broadcast booth.
I mean, maybe he's down there having a maker's mark.
Oh, don't make me jealous, Al.
It's not very hard to do, KR.
You're not wrong. How come you got more popcorn than I do?
Well, that's because I paid for it this week, KR.
Oh. Well, thanks for the free popcorn, Al.
You're welcome. Hey, Lima to the race lead. Dave Hunt and Richard Kuhn give him a push here now. They're going to spread out wide there. Korosek going to take the lead so far in turn number 1. And they come up on the back side. I believe that is Peter deBorja in the 40. Don't worry, deBorja fans. He's only going to go down 1 lap to the leaders right now.
And he is the only one.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, KR. So no harm, no foul. But it's all right. Well, we say no harm, no foul currently because a lot can happen, and we're not sure if anybody else has lost the draft or not. So he's got to get back up in line and try to stay towards the front, and also stay out of trouble to the end of stage number 1, which is about 11 laps away. Remember, that will complete at the end of lap 25. Korosek, your current race leader, is now the 26 of Reynolds is down the bottom side. He's in front of that 25 of Freis. So currently your top 5 all outside of the chase except for the 25 of Freis. So here the chase drivers, they're in the field in this lead pack, but not quite up front right now. Kevin Freis is leading that charge.
All right, so with 3 wide racing going on, we're working lap 15 of 94 onto the front stretch to try and put that lap in the books. So far, just 1 caution flag here tonight. Your race leader currently is Steve Korosek in the tri-oval and across the start-finish line. We do have 1 car 1 lap down. That is the 40 of Peter deBorja. And he has caught the tail end of this field. And he is in what I would call the safe space because he's got the draft. He's got no one behind him. And he is the only car 1 lap down. So that means it is all up to him to not hit somebody should the caution flag come out.
Absolutely. That is the key because iRacing is in charge of who gets that free pass. If you're not familiar with how they score you, even if you get a 0x cut through the grass, clip the grass, well, they're going to negate you getting that free pass around there. So this mirrors your night a little bit worse. So we got our eyes on that, but it's early yet, KR. It's no time to start sweating about it, I don't think.
Man, speaking of sweat, it
was
was like
warm up there today.
It was like 90 degrees last week for me.
Uh-huh.
And then this weekend came and it was 30. Upper 30s, low 40s.
So you had fake summer.
I had a fake summer and then back to winter. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, we were in the 80s. It was pretty warm all weekend here as well. Today was kind of wet and dreary in the 50s. But I saw that lacrosse up in Wisconsin, that they were supposed to have a practice, I believe, tonight, but the track had snow on it, so they had to cancel practice, obviously. So Mother Nature a little twisted these days.
Yeah, that's how you know you're in the middle of a season change.
Yep.
Decide what it wants to do.
Yep, up here in New York, we have like 4 fake springs before you actually get to spring. And then you'll get a fake summer, and then you go back to spring. And then you actually get into summer for about 15 days, and then it starts to cool off again. Fun.
Yeah, I mean,
It sounds like it's the same way for you.
yeah. Weather sucks for everybody, it seems like.
Yep. Well, it's nothing we can change. Right now, this pack up here towards the front of this one, still 3 wide. Korzek still showing the way, but Hunter Reynolds working that inside lane. And I find that quite impressive, KR, considering the amount of damage to the right front of that number 26 Ford Mustang. Really working that inside line very well and able to hold the zone and really pull that line up towards the front.
Yeah, the 027 and the I1I, they have gotten to the front and held on to it. Josh Milam, Sebastian Marin, Zach Fritsch, Jeff Crosby, Nate Warren all have made pit stops and are getting back up to speed. And Al, I'm not sure, but with them hitting pit road, I'm starting to think that nobody can make it on fuel from here.
I was just starting to think that myself. I thought we were good to get to the end here because everybody stayed out. I know it was going to be a little bit of a stretch, but I thought maybe with the caution flags, maybe they saved enough, but this lead group still staying out at the current time. So the question becomes, when do you pit? When or don't you try to pit? It's hard to tell here. Is the 27 of Siebrands just had an electrical issue. Flashed for a moment, came back. But you start to wonder, KR, when are you going to have to come make that road to pit road? You start to see the line down low start to form. So I think we're close to maybe seeing some green flag pit stops here at the end of stage number 1. And man, that could really shake up the top 10 here with just 5 laps to go here in stage number 1. See if anybody peels off. There's a couple takers so far coming to pit road, being led by Dave Hunt and the 510 of Sanchez. And I believe those are the only 2 out of that top group.
Yeah, those 2 came down pit road. They peeled off, hit pit lane. We are getting close to the end of the stage, and so everyone is pushing really hard right now. Tyler Miller in the 24 is the race leader now. The I1I of Zach Lima tucked in tight behind the 24. Thought about using another lane to get around him, but tucked in behind. Here comes the 27 of Sean Stevens. At one point, Sean Stevens was at the tail end of this field, Now here he is battling for what could be a stage win.
And he's got some help from the 46 of David Overstreet working the outside.
Couple more peel off for pit road. Kevin Freis, Gabe Butler, Anthony English, and PJ Cox.
Lima still working that inside lane. You got to wonder, will they be able to make it 2 more laps? They actually 3, well, I guess 2.5 laps. They remember it's a completion of lap 25, and then they have to make it back around under their own power to pit road in order to withstand their finishes.
And here comes a big group as they hit the pit road on lap 23. Oh, the I-1I out of shape. Zachary Lima into the grass off of pit road. That is not what he wanted to have happen.
I believe that'll be a penalty too, won't it, Care? Not only the slide through the grass, but I believe that'll be considered an unsafe pit entrance, correct?
Well, he did get in underneath the cone, so I'm not sure how that's ruled.
All right, well, I guess we'll find out. Richard Kuhn, your race leader, and no penalty there, KR, so I stand corrected once again.
All right, well, there you go. Hey, we all got to learn.
Yeah, well, yeah. Richard Kuhn, and here comes Lori in that John Deere 071, locking it up and coming the pit road. The 2 more cars peeling off here as this starts lap 25. I'm assuming that this group that stayed out here, KR, they can make it to the end.
I'm with you. They think that they have enough. And Vicente Guerrero and Logan Helton, 2 drivers who started at the front of this race, finding themselves battling for what could be the first stage win. Mark Mann in the 04 pushing hard on them, pushing hard on his teammate. And I don't think that 04 is going to leave the back bumper of the 63. Here they come off of turn number 4. Final lap in stage number 1. A few more are peeling off to hit pit lane, but coming to the line through the trioval, the 63 and the 04 have that sealed up and done. So Logan Helton going to win the stage, but we have to wait for 10 cars to cross the start finish line, and that is going to throw it into a disarray because we had those guys peel off for pit road. Logan Helton thought this was over, let off the gas, dropped down to the inside. Vicente Guerrero staying on the throttle. That yellow flag has not come out yet because they had hit pit road. Here comes Steve Karosik to cross the line, and now we have 10 cars across the start finish line, ending stage number 1.
So who ends up being the winner of that
Logan
stage?
Helton.
Okay.
Yep, Logan Helton crossed the start finish line, but now do they have enough fuel to make it around, because that was not part of the plan.
That is true. Did not think of that. And we saw Helton running the apron. These guys were last on pit road, lap 6. So
Yeah, they
it's
had
gonna
to
be
stretch their
interesting to
tanks as
see.
far as they could. And then when everyone else came down pit road, the top 4 did not come down pit road. Everyone else behind them pit, including the ones who came down on lap 24/25. And so it was an extended green flag to the end of the stage, because we have to wait for the top 10 to get across the start finish line. And holy cow, the 63, the 04, everyone very slow. They are all coasting. He's still, Logan Helton in the 63 is still the race leader.
That's going to really hurt everyone that's behind him. If he's out of gas,
And I think he is
to let him
out
by.
of fuel.
Because Mark Mann came down pit road, which that should be a passing
No,
underneath the yellow
Logan Helton's
flag,
still
right?
chugging along. So I don't know. I don't know. Logan, Les Levy's saying that the pits should have been closed, and that was a thought that I had. Was those
Me
pits
too, but I didn't
were
want to say
closed.
it just in case.
But at the same time, if you're out of fuel, you're out of fuel. You come
Right.
down and you got to make that pit stop, and you take that
the
penalty.
Yeah, I'm assuming that penalty's probably what the end of the longest line at the next restart. I would assume.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. But Matt Wagner is race control, and I think he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah,
And how
dude.
this is going to be ruled. I do believe that Logan Helton had his car under control, had demonstrated enough speed and whatnot, but I did see quite a few cars pass him. I'm not sure what the situation is. Anthony English is the race leader right now by iRacing timing and scoring. But there are a ton of cars between them and the pace car.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
not
think
sure
there's-
what was going on, because a lot of cars kept driving by the 63 to get to the pace car.
Unless he was clutching it, just trying to get to pit road without running out of gas. Because unofficially, we have him as the stage 1 winner. We're obviously
Correct.
waiting for.
He crossed the start finish line first at the completion of lap 25. But
Right.
then the rule is you have to make it to pit road under your own power.
Correct.
Right? You have to maintain a decent speed. Well, they had to go around a whole nother lap because of everyone else hitting pit road. So did the 63 not maintain speed, because we saw a lot of cars pass him before he hit pit road?
Yep.
Wow, this is a tough one. I will say though, however, the 63 is staying out. He's
And
going
I
to be
feel-
our race leader.
Yeah. And the cars that are in front of them right now that are going to get that waiver on KR, they came in back on lap 18. So they're getting back on the lead lap. They were at the tail end of the lead lap here after that. So they're on their own different fuel strategy / run, because they're going to have to pit earlier now here in stage 2 than they would have if they would have pitted with everyone there, but they would also would have been trapped down a lap. So damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation, I feel.
All right.
And it-
Well, either way,
You know,
Al,
I don't want to be in Matt Wagner's shoes right now, though.
no.
That was a lot going on right there.
And he has to make the right call, and you guys saw what we saw, and maybe you've interpreted it. That's more than 3 syllables. Maybe you should say it, but however you saw it, let us know what you think. I do believe the 63 is the stage winner, and despite all the confusion, we're not going to talk to him because of the confusion. We're trying to figure it out, but I think he won the stage. But with all the cars that passed him, I am not sure.
That's why I'm questioning it, because I don't know what the maintaining of the speed of pit, is. I just don't know, KR. I'm not gonna put my foot in my mouth without. I'm just gonna go and say I'm not sure. Wait for official ruling. Once we can get that, then we can say. But I'm with you, but the pace car down and the way. Logan Helton going to lead us to the green flag with Tyler Miller to his outside. Sanchez and Hunt in row number 2. Maier, Workman, Cox, Reynolds, Siebrands, and Freis. Your top 10 coming to the green flag this time by. We currently have 34 cars on the lead lap. Gabe Butler and Sebastian Marin 1 lap in the rears. We are back green flag starting lap number 30. This stage number 2 will end at the completion of lap number 50 as the cars start to get up to speed here through turns 1 and 2.
Back to the throttle they all go, through the gearbox cleanly and on to the backstretch. Logan Helton in the 63 has the race lead. Tyler Miller to his outside, trying to take it away from him down the backstretch. The 53 of Dave Hunt pushing on the 24. We do have 3 cars not on the lead lap right now, as Gabe Butler, Sebastian Marin, Jeremy Funk, Steve Carosi, who was at the front of the field when all this dust settled, he now finds himself at the back of the field. But he's got some work to do to catch up. Got some time, some ground to make up. But the 63 out in front, and ding. I wish we knew what happened right there, or had an official ruling of how this was all going to play out, because that 63 continues to lead, the regular season champion, last season overall champion, and one of the few drivers who has won more than one race this season.
He is up at the front of the field here leading this one. He is the Pied Piper here at Talladega. Zach Workman making his presence known up front here in the Instacart number 19. He's got some front end damage car, and I'm very impressed with these cars that had damage from that lap 5 incident here on the front stretch. How well they've been able to run. A lot of these drivers working on their cars, getting the Bondo out there, saving that backup car for when they are going to need it a little bit later on. Hopefully they don't, but just in case they do, they don't want to use that backup car right away, as Sanchez is going to drop out in front of the 53 of Hunt.
So Sanchez surges ahead, leads that lap, drops down to the inside, and Dave Hunt in the 53 takes over the top spot in the outside lane.
So Reynolds now going to get a push by the 0-1 of PJ Cox. Right behind them, Fizante Guerrero. And there's Gabe Butler. Remember, he is down 1 lap to these race leaders, so he's trying to do it the hard way. And what better way to get your lap back here than to be up here up front, maybe get out to the race lead, and then the yellow flag comes out, then, well, you're ahead of everything.
Well, we got quite a few drivers hitting pit road here, and one of those being the 40 of Peter deBorja, who got back on the lead lap. So the 40 on the pit road. Dave Hunt continues to lead, and we have our next round of green flag pit stops. Les Levy's saying, go to your replay and see the 63's speed on lap 26, and you will know. Gotcha. And also, we have Liberty Fires checking in. What's going on, Liberty?
Good evening, everybody. Make sure you hit that thumbs up there. I see we got quite a few of you out there watching. You haven't hit that thumbs up yet, please do so. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts here tonight. They like to see that in the double digits, and we have double-digit watchers, KR. I think that's a good challenge. What do you think?
Absolutely. Good challenge, and once again, me and Al, we don't care about the thumbs up, but we do want to try and get the drivers all the credit that they work for. So if you guys are enjoying the show that they are putting on, please do hit that thumbs up.
Got one.
You got one thumb?
Yeah, well, I almost blew one off one summer. That's a long story for another time.
I was going to say, I got two thumbs.
Logan Helton coming down pit road. Jim Maier coming down as well with Dan Holloway. Those are your chasers on pit road. Mark Mann, Rick Siebrands as well. So a small contingent of Chevrolets coming down pit road as Richard Sanchez leads it up off of turn number 2. There's Vicente Guerrero. He's been very quick here tonight, and here comes the 88 of Gabe Butler trying to get on. It is not for us, Les, at all. 100% all for the drivers. We appreciate your efforts, and the people watching do as well. That's their way of showing their appreciation, and we just try to get them to show it.
Yeah, I promise you,
we don't deserve any thumbs up. Yeah, we don't.
We don't deserve them. We don't care. We appreciate the drivers letting us call this race, and we try and highlight the drivers. We try and make this fun for everybody. But yeah, if you're enjoying it, do give that thumbs up for the drivers, not for us. If you want to, you can thumb down for less. And out by saying that, I've just put us in the negative.
Oh, man. Hey, negative publicity is still good publicity, I suppose, in some forms of fashion.
That's what they say.
Richard Kuhn out front. David Overstreet running there in spot number 2. The number 27 is Sean Stevens for the Buck Wild team.
Oh, Les. I wish you were in the booth with us, Les.
You know, Les might have made it on track if he was driving a Ford.
I don't think so.
No, all right.
Good try, though.
I was trying.
Good try. All right, so Richard Kuhn is our race leader.
Yes, he is. You're
Last
still
on pit
observant.
road on lap 28. I don't think he's got enough fuel to make it to the end. So he's going to have to hit pit road along with the rest of this group that he has.
Uh-oh, yellow
him.
flag is out. Tyler Miller in trouble potentially here, KR. Yeah, he is torn up. Not sure what happened to the 24, but that car is all torn up. And our second yellow flag of the evening due to an incident comes out. And that might save that front group, because now they're going to be able to pit underneath the yellow flag. And I'm assuming that most of the other drivers will come in as well.
On board with Richard Sanchez, you can see the big wiggles that are coming off of turn number 2. And man, Tyler Miller goes for a ride.
Yeah, it looks like something happened with Kevin Freis there. A few drivers involved in that one. Pretty amazing, only a one-car incident.
I mean, a couple cars were there, but one car for sure had a rough hit.
It's very disturbing, KR.
All right, so caution flag is out once again, and it finds the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds as our race leader. We're going to step away for a quick minute. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to reset the field and fire them off once again in stage number 2.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are getting ready to fire them off once again to try and wrap up stage number 2. Your race leader is the 40 of Peter deBorja. Zach Workman in the 19 on the outside. We do have 35 cars on the lead lap. Sebastian Marin, the first car, 1 lap down. Out of the race is the 97 of Jeremy Funk, and Les Levy has yet to turn a lap. We'll see how that goes. Les, not sure what happened, bud. Is this a starting part for you? Like, don't you have to turn a lap for a starting part? Either way, Les, hope everything's all right for you. Green flag is back out. Peter deBorja, Zach Workman lead this field into turn number 1. And here we go, working lap 42. This stage going to end at the completion of lap 50.
Yes, it is. They are getting up through the gears, and it's hard to believe that just a few pit stops ago, that 40 was down 1 lap, now leading the race. That's why you never give up here on Super Speedway Racing or here on the OP Premier Series. These drivers are the best of the best. The best you'll see on the high banks of any super speedway all season long, even anywhere on the platform, as Lima will make the hard right-hand turn to go to that middle lane, trying to get around the 40 of deBorja. Here comes Logan Helton to the back bumper to try to help out the 40 of deBorja, and at the line, it'll be 8 laps to go. Starting at lap 43 here. Remember, the yellow flag will fly at the completion of lap number 50, the end here on stage number 2, as they work down here on the back stretch. That third lane starting to get some momentum, KR. Here comes Hunter Reynolds in the 26.
40 down on the bottom, Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. on the pit road for an extended time. Not sure what has happened to the 17. He has hit pit road and still continues to sit in his pit stall as the field makes its way around to put him a lap down. Peter deBorja, your race leader, the I-1I of Zachary Lima, battling in the middle lane, and then the Reynolds wrap 26 up on the top shelf.
And then someone had a big puff of smoke there. Not sure what happened, but everything seems to be okay. So everybody keeps it clean and green. We watched this 3x3x3 action, and they're about 5 rows deep right now. Make it 6 now that they're 3 wide. Here you can tell that the end of the stage is coming. Look at all the cars with the green on it up here vying for those top 10 positions, trying to get some stage points here at the end of stage number 2. As they all work down here through the tri-oval. We saw trouble through this tri-oval earlier on. They all give each other some space here. It'll be 6 to go.
Into turn number 1, deBorja in the 40, who at one point was 1 lap down, now finds himself leading this group, trying to get all the stage points he can. The way that they are moving back and forth, I don't think we get to the end of this stage in green flag conditions. But Al, I don't know.
And the pushes are starting to get there. The car's not handling so good. And these drivers have their hands full here at Talladega Superspeedway, and the sun behind the clouds right now. And they're trying to get here to the end of stage number 2. The sun is going down, KR. I think we have enough daylight, but that would be something.
There are no lights at Talladega.
No, except on the boulevard.
And Al, it
Yes.
would not be the first time that a race got called because there were no lights at Talladega for OP.
Well, hopefully that is not the case here, but they are racing really hard. Right now, up off of turn number 4, still deBorja showing that inside lane, Lima to the middle lane. And they are about 2 rows, 3 rows past that third and outside lane of the 26 of Reynolds. And to say that, Reynolds starting to make some ground up. There's my buddy, Dan Holloway, in that 21. He gave us some chocolate a little bit early, KR. Sorry you never got any.
That's okay, Al. I knew you needed it. All the stress you're under.
I needed that sugar there, son. The gas tank is running on E.
Absolutely.
It's all good, though, as they come up off of turn number 2. These drivers doing a good job. How about the 05 of Wang? Started way back in the 37th or 36th position here tonight. Finds himself inside the top 10, trying to get some of those important stage points for that 05. And winner on the season made his way into the playoff championship here, and this is the opening round of 16. If you're just joining us, this is stage number 2. Stage 1 was a little bit chaotic. We're not really 100% sure how that one will be scoring out, so we'll just leave that alone for now, KR. But the quick math doesn't even work on it.
I'm good at quick math. Hey, look, 63's on front once again.
Yeah, he's got that W energy with that flavor he sent you that you didn't like.
It's not my fault. I'm a picky eater.
Well, that's all right. That's why you're skinny.
You're not wrong. At 200 pounds, I'm skinny.
That's right.
Down the backstretch, the 63. Down on that yellow line, the I-1I of Zachary Lima in the middle lane. Everyone's starting to race a little bit closer. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, still trying to keep that momentum up in the third lane and go top shelf and try and win this stage.
White Silk will fly as they cross the stripe. One more circuit around the 2.66 miles Superspeedway known as Talladega. Who will win stage number 2? Logan Helton out on the front of this one, but Zach Lyman, don't count out that third lane. They are lined up with some good pushers up there. Being led by the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, Dan Holloway right there behind them as well. Mark Mann, 3 even, rows of 3 as they enter turn number 3 here in stage number 2. They're going to be coming off of turn number 4 now. Logan Helton gets pushed to the front by deBorja. deBorja is clear. Is he going to try to go up? Helton blocks it. deBorja down low. They will cross each other over here at the end of the stage. Lima's going to go to the outside. Logan Helton stuck in the middle and at the line. Oh, trouble behind him. I believe Peter deBorja is going to be the winner. And what was a wild end there. I'm not sure if Korosek hit that inside wall or not, KR.
We were on board with Casey Gilchrist to see just how scattered everyone was. And I'm with you. I think the 40 of Peter deBorja maybe had it, but Logan Helton in the 63 quickly pulling out in front as if to say it was him.
It was clearly, by my 4 eyes, the 40 at the line. So I believe Peter deBorja will be credited with the stage 2 win. But, KR, with that being said, I could be wrong and most likely am.
It happens.
Only time will tell, my friend.
All right, so this one's a little bit easier than stage number 1.
You think so?
I think so, because they're all caught up to the pace car now and going to hit pit road, and everyone's under their own power. So the 40 finds himself first car behind the pace car and come down pit road. Ooh. Yeah. How about this? It's only race number 1 of the playoffs. I mean, how much more exciting can it get?
You just sit down, strap in, and we'll show you.
Right?
Hey, you know what deBorja's car reminds me of?
Not yet.
It reminds me of, was it the 38 car in the Xfinity series there? I think it was Great Clips with Casey Kane and was it Jason Leffler?
Jason Leffler drove it. Casey Kane drove it.
That's what it reminds me of. Now, whether or not that's actually the case or not is to be determined. Probably not. By dating myself.
All right, let's get a word in with our stage winner from Team Bootnaka. That is none other than Peter deBorja. And Al, I'm going to let you take this one away.
All right. Peter deBorja, this is Al Smith in the Turn 3 booth. You got a copy?
I do, Al. How's it going?
Not bad. You get a little bit of an up and down night, but hey, walking away with the stage 2 win. How'd you get it done?
Man, if you told me on lap 5 I'd be winning a stage tonight, I wouldn't have believed you. We had to use a fast repair there on our first green flag stop. We pit all by ourselves. And I really didn't think I was going to have, the bravery or the field to warrant taking a second car to try and go win a stage. But we found ourselves cycled to the front there after working with our teammate, and just on the bottom, we just wanted to keep it safe, and it kind of just fell into our laps there. I got to thank Logan for all the pushing he did, and then at the end, I was committed to pushing him. That was my plan, and then he moved up a little bit and was, I guess, trying to pick up Lima there, and Rick gave me a great push at the end, so I'd love to take the credit, but there's a lot of other guys who decided that I should win that stage.
It's been an exciting race here. We're seeing the racing be in 2-3 wide action out there. What's it like behind the drivers in the driver's seat? Obviously, you had that wreck on lap 5, as you just talked about, but the racing doesn't seem to have calmed down at all. If not, it's ratcheting up a little bit more.
Yeah, there's just guys out here with different agendas. Like all the green spoiler guys are just trying to get points, keep their cars safe, and all the other guys who aren't in the playoffs, you know, they're running their race too, and they're trying to win and have fun on their Monday night and lead some laps and you know, put a show on. So sometimes those agendas mix together a little bit, and that was probably one of those situations there where I thought the outside lane was going to leave us a little more room. But my situation, you know, after that, when we restarted and I saw my damage, I knew I'd be pitting by myself, but I saw nobody else was a lap down, so I figured I have to do that and give myself the best chance of staying in the lucky dog spot. So I think Josh and Jeff and all the other guys, Seabass, in that situation, have probably got their laps back by now, but if I didn't take that strategy in stage 1, I wouldn't even have had an opportunity at stage 2. So, but yeah, the guys there, they kind of settled down, got really respectful at the end. Obviously, Lima up front almost all night doesn't have quite the season that he's been looking for, but hopefully tonight's different for him.
Well, we know we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Who makes it all possible for this 40 team?
Oh man, Team Bootnaka Esports, running some Retrothon, RGL TV. I got a speedrun marathon coming up in a couple weeks. I wanted to put their name on the hood, and I qualified for Games Done Quick next month in Minnesota. So I might be missing a race to go there for that. But and obviously my team, we've got, you know, Eric, who's been an awesome team player all night for us. He's not in the playoffs, but looking out for every single one of us there. And obviously Gabe, Kevin, and Eric, we're trying to see if we can get them some points too.
Well, congratulations, Peter. We wish you the best of luck here. Maybe hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this one. Have a good stage 3 here. Good luck.
All right, thank you guys.
There you go, Peter deBorja in that number 40 KR. Gonna start a little bit deeper in the field. Came back down pit road and topped the car off while we were talking to him. But now it is time to strap in one last time. This is the final stage. The final 40 laps to find out who is going to go to victory lane. And if someone can go to victory lane in that green spoiler, they punched their ticket to the round of 8.
All right, so the 40, after topping off, finds himself with a stage win, but mid-pack. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero and the 4 of Rick Siebrands lead the field down to our green flag, and we're going to fire them off, working lap 55 of 94. Al, this race is back to green flag, and everyone knows that this one is your last shot in this race to get into the round of 16, or I'm sorry, the round of 8.
Yeah, and we know that Peter deBorja, our stage 2 winner we just talked to, I missed it, but he is in his backup car. He's got no more bullets left here tonight. Obviously going to capitalize on some points there with the end of that stage, but you have to play it safe here, I believe, in stage number 3, at least in the early goings. You can't get too far back, but you also can't afford to be up in the middle of a big mess if it breaks out.
Hey, is that Zach Fridge in the 12?
It is. He's leading. Can you believe it?
Where did he come from?
I don't know, but Alan hasn't been around tonight.
Huh. Well, hi, Zach. Welcome to the front of the field.
He's up front. He's got Mark Mann behind him with Logan Helton on that bottom lane. Vicente Guerrero has Rick Siebrands in that Yeti car. And then the 510 of Sanchez. Those are your top 3 cars. They work down the backstretch. PJ Cox in that 01 Monster entry. Working the outside as well. So 2x2, this will be our longest stretch of racing here, at least at a very minimum of 2 pit stops. We shall see here, and okay, we'll see if it's a little bit tame or if it gets wild here at the beginning of stage number 3. I'm gonna go with some tame. Right now, I think it's all about logging some laps, staying out of trouble, making it to those pit stops, and then with about, I'm gonna say 20 to 15 to go, that's when you push the go button.
I think we're gonna have like 3 more cautions inside of 10 to go, Al.
Well, okay, I hope you're not right. It's expensive for these drivers, you know, to repair these cars every week.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Yep. Richard chiming in. How are you tonight, Richard? Kody Neagles was involved in a wreck. Oh, trouble down here to turn number 1. Kevin Freis down there. Richard Kuhn now up into the outside wall. Everybody's scattering. Yellow flag is out. Anthony English has gone around. Peter deBorja is come to a stop. There was another black car working there. That's the 33 of Jeff Crosby working through the grass. So, KR, you just talked about a yellow flag, and we got one.
We got one, and it looked like going into the corner, they all kind of got mixed up, and because of that, looked like several incidents spread out. So Kevin Freis in the 25. First one to go down below the yellow line. Then it looked like Andy Brigante got in the wall, but Dave Hunt and Richard Kuhn at the front of this multi-car incident. It's kind of hard to see where everyone went. Let's go on board with Brigante. And like big damage, but everyone stayed straight.
Yeah, Jeff Crosby, if you watch that 33, he kind of did his Joey Chitwood impersonation through the grass. He actually got airborne, KR, and that sent him into the left rear quarter panel of the 44 of Anthony English. So some wild rides right there for a few more of our chase drivers.
Absolutely, and that's hard to deal with as our chase contenders continue to have issues. We're going to step away for a minute as pit stops are happening. No one go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
You wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back here to the Turn 3 Racing Network as we get ready to go for our restart after our latest yellow flag that saw Freis make some evasive action after some there, but Vicente Guerrero and Zach Fritz will lead us to the green flag as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Green is back up. Vicente Guerrero, Zach Fritz will get up through the gearboxes as we head in the turn number 1. Mark Mann runs their spot number 2 on the inside in that 0-4. He's got Rick Siebrands and Doe down low. Off of turn number 2 they come. Zach Fritz leading the outside lane, and he's got a good pusher. The overall season champion, Logan Helton, and defending champion of the OP Premier Series. And this format, which is very hard to go back to back, the challenge that Logan Helton is trying to achieve as they get here off of turn number 4. Cars up the full song as they work down here. It is Guerrero down low. Everybody coming back in on lap 60, so I am assuming that around lap 72 to 74 we'll see pit stops. But I could be wrong. That's why I'm not a crew chief. But everybody 2 by 2 trying to, well, just trying to log some laps right now. That would be my plan if I was a driver out there, to just be trying to log some laps, get in position, maybe drop back a little bit, see how much I can suck up, learn a little bit for the closing stages of this race. They say that Sanchez and Workman are going to work to the outside back here, trying to make that third lane. Now Zach Workman up there with Korzek in that 027 car, trying to make it 3 wide. Sebastian Marin up there as well. Marin was able to get back on the lead lap. So for your Sebastian Marin fans, he was down for part of this race, but now back on the lead lap and moving towards the front in a brand new car. So he is out of fast repairs as well.
Al, I don't know if you've noticed, but all of the drivers on this track are on the lead lap. Jeremy Funk out of the race, Les Levy out of the race. They are the only 2 cars not in this race. They are both behind the wall. Everyone else on the lead lap.
That is true that they are, KR, and right now the difference between 36th and 1st is a gear map of at least less than 2 seconds. I make that a lie. There's some drivers at the back of the pack that have elected to stay a little bit further back, but about 4 seconds separating your entire field for the most part. Pretty close racing.
Oh, Sebastian Marin drops down to the middle lane. Looked like he was going to try and get to that bottom, but the 14 of Vicente Guerrero already there.
Yeah, Guerrero down there as well. Oh, hang on to Zach Freis with a little bit of a bump draft there. He got the car a little bit out of shape. And you really got to watch doing that through the tri-oval. The cars will dance around. Remember that wreck on lap number 5 early on in this race was when the 40 of deBorja lost the front end. Through that tri-oval, the cars get really light and get hard to handle through that part of the track, and I think that's probably the most treacherous part of the racetrack, in my opinion. Zach Freis going to cut down to the inside. He leaves Sebastian Marin to the middle. He hooks up with his good friend of that W Energy, number 63. That is Logan Helton. Gabe Butler working at extreme high side lane, and there's about 4 or 5 cars now, KR. Fast cars in that outside lane. We expect to see them to start making some progress forward.
2 wide at the front. The 12 of Zach Freis, the 23 of Sebastian Marin. Up in the 3rd lane, the 88 of Gabe Butler trying to make some noise. They make their way off of turn number 2 and onto the backstretch. John Guerrero in the 59 has lost the draft for the moment. He is the only car that has fallen behind here. We take a look at him. He is all by himself. Everyone else in this group, and they are pulling away.
Holding my breath, KR. I don't know about you, but these guys are making me nervous.
They are for sure digging hard.
I mean,
and everyone's wiggling.
I was going to say that they're like a snake slithering on the ground, and I don't like snakes. So, Bill Gilchrist with a little bit of electrical issues. That's got to be a little unnerving for the drivers he's racing around. 88 Gabe Butler, the outside line still 3x3. They work down through this tri-oval. Logan Helton back to the race lead as they complete lap 68. Getting down to the nitty-gritty time. Yeah, I think we're on laps. Oh boy. Ooh, Gabe Butler's little slide right down in front of that 071 of Lori. I was just about to say, I think around lap 71 to 73 is when we could potentially see some green flag pit stops.
Well, with 26 laps to go, sooner or later, they're going to have to come down pit road. No one can make it from here. We have at least one more pit stop. Question becomes, when do you hit pit road, Al? Because you want to be the first one. More often than not, we see the first group that comes down pit road to be the guys who come out on top. But you gotta keep in mind, we got 2 attempts at a green white checkered.
Yeah, and you don't want to go too soon, right? Because then you're going to be the risk of running out of gas. It's one of those, I think right around lap 70, 72, 70, I think is when I would want to come in. But it's still, right now, 25 laps to go. I don't think we'll see anybody peeling off. I think we might see another 4 to 5 laps if they can make it that far before we see pit stops. I think that puts enough in the tank.
Ooh, Zachary Lima through the triangle, jumped up to the high side. I thought he was headed for the wall, but he was able to hold on to it.
Somehow able to do that through there as Lima runs in that 14th position. Trying to make it up there. Logan Helton up at the front of this one. He's got the 53 of Dave Hunt there behind him. The 12 of Fritz runs in second. These drivers really getting after it. The car's moving around. They're snaking around using the side draft. Hang on to it, Tyler Miller. Car stepped out on him in that triangle there. He was able to save it. He's got Sean McCara in that 71. Remember, McCara a few seasons ago was race control, just like Matt Wagner is. So,
let's continue that thought. A few laps ago, Tyler Miller had to burn his fast repair.
Correct.
And here he is mixing it up and quite possibly in dangerous situations.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the middle, so we all know how dangerous that middle can be. The air really moves your car around. The inside line affects it, pushes you up. The outside line right there, maybe side drafting you, can cause some big problems. But so far, everybody keeping it on the racetrack and going the right direction. I don't see a lot of people trying to get to that inside lane. As I say that, Sebastian Marin jumps up in front of the 53 of Dave Hunt. He's going to try to get to the front of this one. Zach Fritz sees the momentum coming. He'll jump up and block that momentum, try to get himself to the race lead, and he will do so. Down the back stretch they come. Great move by the 12 of Zach Fritz. Now cuts it back down low. The momentum comes from the 14 and the 63 of Helton. This time, probably 21 laps to go, and I think we're in that pit window.
We're getting close. I don't think anyone can make it from the end or to the end from here, but we are close. And every time we say, this can't happen, they find a way to make it happen.
Yep. They just like to make liars out of us, KR. We say something, they're like, here, hold my beer. Are we allowed to say that?
Flavored water.
Yes. Sorry. Damn. They're going to dock my pay again.
Yep. You're not getting paid.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Rich down low. 20 circuits left to go. Remember, I said between 70 and 73, so what the hell do I know, KR? They ain't pitting yet. They're like, we gotta make Al look dumb again.
Well, I'll tell you, our leader, Sebastian Marin, in the 23, was last on pit road on lap 60.
Yep.
And we're working lap 75. So that's only 15 laps. He's going to have to hit pit road here in the next few. But if he can make it to, say, 18 laps to go, 17 laps to go, he's probably in a good position.
And it gives you enough assurance that if you do get a yellow flag, you're going to save that much more fuel. Looks like everybody's going to try to go at least one more trip around Talladega. But you're starting to see everybody move down to that middle lane, or that bottom lane. So that's starting to tell me that teammates and drivers starting to work with each other to try to get down there so they can come on pit road to work with each other.
Oh, they're wiggling down the back stretch. Zach Fritsch in the 12, down on the yellow line. The 23 of Sebastian Marin leads this race from the middle lane. Now he dropped down to the inside. So Sebastian Marin in the 23, your race leader. Here comes the 63 of Logan Helton, our stage 1 unofficial winner. Al, these guys fight the long line on the inside lane. You and I know that means it's about time for green flag pit stops.
Well, at least we think we know that. Logan Helton still working that middle lane. Here comes Korsak and Lima working the outside lane KR, so they're not ready to come down pit road anytime soon. Now Lima will drop it down in front. He allows Korsak, so 2 by 2 once again. They come off the corner, one car making the move. That's the 27 of Sean Stevens, and he's a lone soldier coming the pit road all by him lonesome.
Yeah, he hit pit road all by himself. Not sure if that's part of his plan, but it's never good to hit pit road all alone.
No, you want the drafting partners, because now he's going to have to come back out. Obviously, all these cars are going to come down pit road at some point. Just a matter of how many will come down in each swing. Is now Tyler Miller will drop to the inside lane in front of Zach Fritz. Fritz going to take it down low. Looks like a whole slew of drivers coming down pit road, KR.
Big group on the pit lane, several brakes locked up, everyone looking for a spot to not hit somebody else. And it looks like everyone got through it except for, David Overstreet into his pit stall. Dave Hunt takes over the race lead. John McCarris, Steve Karosik, Nate Warren, Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, Bryan Wang, Kevin Freis, Anthony English, and Peter deBorja. The drivers who stayed out, just 10 cars have not hit pit lane.
And I would assume that we will see these drivers hit pit road this time by. But Peter deBorja in drastic fears. Now he'll really have to charge pit road to make up some of that ground. I believe he will do so. Eric Laurie as well. So those 10 cars come down pit road in what should be the final pit stop of the evening. And Sebastian Marin winning the race off of pit road from the first group. So it'll be interesting how they all will blend in here once we get back to racing, as that group just starting to come through turns 3 and 4. So Sebastian Marin should take over the race lead as he leads over Logan Helton and the 12 of Zach Fritz. They are going to come up and they will blow by the group coming off of pit road right now.
Yeah, we're on board with Sebastian Marin in the 23 as he blows by everyone who has made a pit stop. Logan Helton in the 63, pushing hard on the 23.
In trouble for deBorja. He's still on pit road, KR. heartbreak for the stage 2 winner.
Yeah, a 49-second pit stop. Good indicator that he got caught speeding.
His hand was in the cookie jar?
Something like that.
Not good. And then right now, this is the juncture of the race that you do not and cannot want to have a problem being told that Lori had ran out of gas at the end of that run there. So they were really cutting it close. Is now Mark Mann getting a good push from Tyler Miller to the race lead down the backstretch. Things are starting to heat up here. On the outside. 3 wide, KR.
Logan Helton right now is scored as the race leader, but everyone 3 wide, 2 wide, scattered throughout the field. Nobody knows what's going to happen next.
No, they're going to come up, and Peter deBorja, being a gentleman, drops down. So that's going to put him 1 lap down. He's going to have to battle the 59 of John Guerrera for that lucky dog position. But Peter able to get tucked back up in line here. So that penalty costly for the 40 team here towards the later stages of this race.
All right, so we are 3 wide through the tri-oval. New fast lap last time around, Steve Karosik in the 027 at a 49.39, and no one tops him this time around.
Oh, trouble, KR, big trouble.
Oh, big time.
Yellow flag is out, and I think everybody's going to make it through unscathed. Some hard contact in this long, as deBorja didn't make any contact. That'll help him out, get him back on the lead lap. But that was wild there. I believe it all stemmed from the lane change from Lima in front of the 04 of Mark Mann. They made some contact, and everybody stacked up behind him.
Ooh, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, the first one hard into the wall. And that the 1,000-foot stare that we just got there.
Yep.
You want to say net code, but you don't want to say net code.
Yeah, it looked like a right front went down.
Yeah, but the 04 continued on, so oofta. That's an oofta right there.
That's a simulation mishap.
Absolutely. We're going to take another look at it. As they head off into the corner, 04 of Mark Mann out of shape going into the corner. Got some tag from the 24, and then the I-1I didn't allow him to catch it. But good grief, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, he absorbed all the abuse.
Yeah, that Budweiser can is, well, you can get that in the dent and save aisle now. It'll be interesting to see. We saw everybody just come down pit road. Will we have any takers? Obviously, Vicente is going to come down and get some damage fixed. Sean McCarr is coming down. Dan Holloway. So some takers towards the back of the pack are getting it. They're waiting to find out to see who is our free pass car. I believe it should be the 40 of Peter deBorja. And on cue, so Peter will get back on the lead lap here, KR.
All right, Al.
Yep.
We're under yellow. I think I said we weren't going to get to the checkered.
You did. You said that from this point forward, there'd be 3 more. So I hope you're wrong about that.
Me too, but I'm still not changing what I said.
I'm taking that popcorn away from you.
It's but it's my favorite caramel.
Well,
Caramel coated popcorn or whatever.
Yeah, with a peanut butter drizzle.
I do like peanut butter drizzle.
Yep. You know, I take care of you this week, and then you got to go, you know, and say that. Unbelievable. Hey, you know who our race leader is?
Is it Mark Mann in the Batmobile?
It is not. It is
wait.
Oh.
Don't tell me.
All right.
Logan Helton in the 63.
No, he's 3rd.
Oh.
Close. You're going in the wrong direction.
Wrong? Oh, dang it. Is it the I1I of Zachary Lima?
It is. That KTM powered Chevrolet.
Okay. He's out in front. Hey, look at that guy.
It's because he's had the Red Bull tonight, KR. Have you noticed that the energy cars have been up front? You've got the Red Bull of the I1I of Lima. Then you have the W Energy of the 63 of Logan Helton. We have Mark Mann. I don't know what he's sponsored by other than his car is always black. Gotham City.
I mean, it is, he changed it from the 1950s Batmobile motif to the Twilight Batman.
Yeah, he's got a little design going on with it.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Al?
Yes. That's my name.
What just happened to the Ford Mustang at the front of the field?
Well, the battery pack in that electric Ford Mustang is starting to run low. So they had to turn the lights off.
Sounds like a pretty poorly designed vehicle if you gotta turn it off just to get to the end of something.
Well, okay, they're trying to preserve it because you said that there's going to be more yellows.
2 more, yes.
Well, that's why they have to preserve the power. Hey, we're going to have 8 laps to go, though. So, still a chance that this one will finish in its scheduled distance. Everybody was back on pit road around between 77 and lap 79. So they should have enough fuel for at least a 1 lap green white, or 1 attempt of a green white checker. If you get to 2, it could become questionable.
All right, so Richard Roberts has invested into this stream, broadcast, race, all of the above. Roberts, who is your favorite driver to win this race? Who do you think it is going to be? And then we have Bubba and Fran Winningham calling for predictions. Al, my prediction, 2 more cautions, but the lights have gone out on that Ford Mustang, and it is headed for pit road, and the I1I of Zachary Lima leads this field to the next green flag. Can the Batmobile hold on to it? Can we get that Blue Yeti number 4 into victory lane, even though he's beat up and tore up? Don't forget, we got that quite a few other cars that are capable of winning, including that 63 of Logan Helton. 8 laps to go. Here we go out already. They are making some bold moves as that 027 of Steve Karosik jumped up to the outside.
Yeah, and he's giving Seabass a good push there to the front, off of that front end of that snap-on Chevrolet. They work down here on the back stretch. 3x3. Lima gonna move to that middle lane. Here comes Logan Helton. down low. Zach Workman working down low as well. He's got Rick Siebrands in that Yeti number 4. Business picking up early here after the green flag here tonight. This time by 7 laps to go. Oh, Mark Mann gets turned sideways.
Oh my goodness, big trouble through
Workman
the tri-oval.
Zach Workman involved. His car has seen better days. Dave Hunt involved as well. Daniel Holloway cutting the grass. Yellow, yellow, yellow with 7 laps to go.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's back this up and see if we can figure out exactly what happened. Al? Ooh. That one happened. It happened before I was ready. I think we're gonna have 2 more still.
Oh boy. It just happened there. It looked like a bump draft to the backside of Lima went wrong for Mark Mann. It sent his car up the racetrack. And then it was on from there. Gabe Butler, how he made it through that is beyond me. But oh, the 95 with Jim Maier involved as well. Some hard hits here on the front of this one.
Vicente Guerrero was safe on pit road, though.
He was. Oh, tough break. The 95 of Maier's car smoking heavily. He'll have to come down pit road. Zach Workman's car, well, it is dog walking.
All right, so caution flag flies once again. Oh.
It does not look like Workman has another car ready to go, KR. So he's on there. Same with Jim Maier. Looks like they will have lengthy stays here on pit road. Not the way you want your championship hunt to start if you're a few of these drivers that were involved in this last one.
No, then, and as we get closer to the end of this race, you have, more and more drivers who do not have a fast repair. And you have less and less laps to recover from starting or restarting at the back of the pack.
Interesting to see. I think we'll have about 4 laps remaining. When we go back green flag, I'm assuming this time Biden will get the 1 to go. So you think we'll have at least 1 more, then, KR? That's your prediction?
I mean, I thought we'd get a few more laps in on that restart. But I'll stand by what I said. We got 1 more caution before this is all said and done.
Boy, I oughta. These caution flags are helping the fuel situation as well.
Absolutely. More cautions helps out the fuel load. Most of these drivers, though, were going to be able to make it. The only one that I'm really worried about, that is Nate Warren in the 9. He was last on pit road on lap 59.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Seems like a very long way to stretch it. They can't be right.
He was last on pit road on lap 59. I don't think he makes it, but
it's like 20 laps ago. That's 20 laps ago, KR.
Yep. Caution
They don't
flags
go that
help.
far. Yeah, not that much.
No. Al, what did I say? The moment you think something can't happen, they find a way to prove you wrong.
Well, I mean, that's proven with me. That's the only reason you brought me in the booth is because you wanted to stop being wrong for a while.
Yeah, well, I'm still wrong all the time. That's why I do quick math, not good math.
That's right. There's no sense of doing good math.
All right, quick bit of housekeeping. Steve Karosik, Zach Workman, Vicente Guerrero, all sitting on pit road. Right now, that leaves us 32 cars on track. All 32 cars on track are on the lead lap. Cars for sure out of the race. Jimmy Reynolds scored in 36th. Jeremy Funk scored in 37th. And Les Levy, who never got out of pit road, scored in 38th place. So 32 cars up for grabs in this race win. Ooh, boy, here we go. Pace car down and away. The long wait here at Talladega from the moment the pace car peels off for pit road to the moment you hit that restart zone. All the butterflies, you got to hold them off just a little bit longer. And now the green flag is out. Away we go once again. Logan Helton in the 63. Cucumbers and ice in this man's veins.
And it is, and they are working up through the gearboxes here. They come into turns 20 and 2. Logan Helton down low. Little bit more momentum down low currently. The Lima out front. He has been fast all night long, been up front, doing a great job, being aggressive with the moves too, KR. So interesting to see how this one will play out here on this restart. Sebastian Marin, he was down a lap, rode around for a while. This one now up at the front of this one and making some moves to put himself into a position. Right now, if you're out there, Karen, are you glued to that yellow line?
Man, I always feel claustrophobic when I'm on that yellow line, but if the 63 is in front of me, you better believe I'm gonna stay glued to the back bumper of that 63.
You're always down below the yellow line, and you get down there in the corners, the apron is not banked as much. It really upsets the race car. You can see the momentum broke down there. Now Lima will drop down in front of him. Seabass in the middle. And then here comes Gabe Butler. The Motor Oiled Guinness sponsored 88. Working the extreme outside. Lima really working the different lines. Now here comes Helton. He gets the fender underneath him. To the travel. Popsicle sticks her up. 2 laps to go.
If they can make it around to the white flag, this one is going to end at its scheduled distance, but they got to get to the white flag. Should a caution come out, we will use a green-white checkered attempt. We have 2 of them that we will use, and here they go, the 24, Tyler Miller, down to the inside wall. He's going to hit it hard, and no yellow yet because that was a single car spin down below the race line.
That has a gap back here for Lima. He's trying to get some help. Oh, Gabe Butler gets turned sideways. Sebastian Marin, 2, 3.
Kevin Freis airborne. Caution flag is out, and big trouble behind that. Everyone scrambling, trying to find a way through, but several more cars tore up.
Several more cars, and a few of those cars torn up are your chase contenders. Kevin Freis involved, Gabe Butler involved as well. His car might be okay. A little bit of that's a little heavy right front damage, but we are going to go to overtime. And I thought for a moment Nate Warren was going to be cleared to go. Trying to secure that top 10 car. I am really impressed. I think he's going to have to pit during this yellow flag, though.
Yeah, I don't think he can make it. But Al, I said I thought we had one more caution flag.
I know.
And all right, here it is. I don't know if we stay at this one though. Everyone's pushing hard. So Kevin Freis in the 25 got up and into the air.
In the 15, the Crosby Sr. underneath his car.
Take a look at this. PJ Cox nose first into the wall. Liberty Fires wants to know if Peter deBorja is okay. Looked like maybe the 40 got through it just fine. Let's go on
looks
board
like he did.
with the 40. Here we go off the nose. Peter deBorja drifting up high on the binders. Driving through the smoke, and looks like he is going to get through it without contact.
Yeah, so deBorja saw that happen, and he's back there. He is up to 14th, was down a lap with a 10 to go, gets the lucky dog, finds himself in the 14th position, and he picked up the stage 2 win, if you're just joining us.
Richard Roberts wants to know what a GWC is. That's a green, white, checkered. And he picked up GWC from Joshua Medlock. Medlock is the broadcaster from Max Speed TV who does OP on Saturday night, where they run their Butt Kicker Truck Series. How you doing, Josh? Thanks very much for coming in and saying hello.
I thought GWC stood for green waffle cheese.
If you're eating green waffle cheese, I'm pretty sure you're dead.
Ah.
Yeah, you don't survive eating green waffle cheese, but a GWC here in OP Racing means green, white, checkered.
Gotcha.
And yeah, here we go. 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered. We are in official overtime. This is our first attempt at a green, white, checkered. We will use one more if we need to, but I don't want them to, because that makes my prediction wrong. Right now, I look really smart.
Well, let's not get too carried away.
Hey, Al, 2 + 2 is 5, okay?
All right. Oh, yes. Yeah, you've got to add the dog and subtract the chicken to get to that, though.
No. You forgot to carry the cow.
Oh, okay.
Good grief.
This is why you're in charge of the quick math.
I'm in charge of the quick. Wait a minute. Who put me in charge?
You did.
That's right.
That's right.
Why did you allow this?
Because, yeah.
Okay. All right, lights are out on the Ford Mustang. We're going to line them up, stack them up, side by side, 2 by 2.
Batteries low again.
26 cars on the lead lap. This crash has really whittled down this field. We've had several big ones throughout the night. Al, those fast repairs got used up, and now here in the closing laps, attrition starting to show, and we have 26 cars that are continuing on.
Yes. And really, Zach Workman, Kevin Freis, your two chase drivers involved in that last two wrecks, I should say, that are gonna have to dig themselves out of a hole over the next 2 weeks after we leave Talladega and head south to Daytona for 2 weeks.
All right, Al.
Yes.
We're gonna have a Larry Mack education moment, and I'm going to have to take charge. Richard Roberts wants to know what netcode is. Netcode is the probability of the direction of your vehicle when the internet can't quite keep up. So basically, it's iRacing predicting where you're going, and your ping gets factored in, all that stuff gets factored in. It's a prediction of iRacing where your car is going to go. However, what shows up ends up being something different. Like, let's say your car turns, but the projected path the computer sees, or iRacing sees, is straight ahead. The car that you make contact, or predicted to make contact with, smashes into the wall, and that's that.
Yes, sir. Green flag back up here is attempt number 1 underneath the green flag. Lima is jumping out to the race lead over Logan Helton. They all get up through the gears here as they come into turn number 1 and 2. Is Logan Helton down low? He's got Zach Freis out of the back bumper. How about the 05 of Wang? He started way out back. Has had a quiet race, has not used the fast repair. The back of the car still wrinkled in from an earlier incident. That car is fast, KR. Very fast driver. And here comes Peter deBorja. He's working the extreme outside. Here comes Kody Neagles. All these drivers that we kind of have had a quiet night coming to the front as they come through the tribal. Will they get the white flag?
Here they come through the tri-oval, and white flag in the air. Final lap, final time around. And JN Bug 88 loves the Metallica car, but the Metallica car does not love being on the track. Jimmy Reynolds on pit road. Here they come down the backstretch, though.
For the final time, Lima showing away, but the outside lane starting to get some momentum. Oh, trouble. There goes Peter deBorja.
Oh, Mark Manstead.
Over. Lima still showing away through the corner. Here comes Sebastian Marin. He'll back up to him. Can he hold him off? Zachary Lima having a fast car all night long. Sebastian Marin goes to the outside. Logan Helton down low. Here's a bid for the race lead. Helton right to the back bumper. Here comes Wang, and it's going to be Lima picking up the win. Helton will come home second. Sebastian Marin third. How about Bryan Wang coming home fourth, and Zach Freis unofficially your top 5. And the man of the hour that I'm impressed with, KR, the number 9, and Nathan Warren, stretching the fuel out for a top 10 here tonight.
Nate Warren last on pit road on lap 59, but the I1I Dale Cup racing machine finds itself the race winner, upsetting all of our championship contenders. Zachary Lima picks up the first win in the round of 16. He's still trying to outrun these guys. They're looking to give him a bump and let him know that they don't appreciate him winning this race.
Well, that just takes a spot. Nobody has locked themselves in per se. Now going into next week, a non-chaser playing spoiler here tonight. And he was fast all race long, KR, so not a fluke that he won. Definitely earned it. He burns it down here on pit road.
I'll tell you what, when that thing pops, he ain't gonna have too far to go to get to his pit crew.
I think he's a little excited.
How could you not be winning a race here tonight?
Absolutely. OP Premier Series. Anybody can win. You just got to be in the race here. These drivers are the best of the best on the high banks, the speedway racing. prove it each and every week. And if you did not hit that thumbs up, make sure you do so. Let these drivers know you appreciate the end of that one. That was a wild and great finish. And we should be getting ready to go into, well, post-race, I think, KR.
Well,
I think.
The race is over, so yes, we are in post-race.
Oh, is that how that works?
Sometimes.
All right.
But let's go ahead and get ready to talk to our race winners. He is still trying to burn this thing down. I'm thinking it's illegal, so he's trying to blow it up so they can't prove it is. But however, our race winner, that is the driver of the I1I, 1I, 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 I1I, Zachary Lima. How you doing, bud?
Good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. How'd that race car feel in victory lane?
Feels amazing. It's perfect condition, not a scratch on it, and I got to thank team helped me get that win.
Not a scratch on it, so you make sure to hit everything on your way to victory lane.
Yeah, well, now after the checkered line, I put a few dents in it, but that was after the win.
Sure. Tell us what illegal substances you have on the car that you're trying to hide as you crack it up a little bit.
Nothing on the car, but before every race, I take an injection of steroids to help me perform.
All right, man. Well, nice job winning the race here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race as you saw it here tonight.
Yeah, man, this race, we came into it. We're told as a team to sweat and do as good as possible, and that's what we did, and we got the job done. It was a really good race. We were just going hard, as hard as we could, sweating, going 4 wide a few times, so did good.
Well, man, this car wins here tonight, and Zach, a little bit late for playoff contention, but that doesn't mean that you can't rattle off several wins here. So what's that mean? Are you going to fire off and go 3 in a row?
Yeah, hey, that sounds like a good idea. As long as, to me, if someone from Dale Cup wins the race, I feel like we all win as a team. So, I'll be here the rest of the playoffs to cause a ruckus.
Well, man, I look forward to it. Nice job here tonight. Shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to give?
Yeah, shout out to the team. I want to give a shout out to Jimmy Crow, Dash for Cash, and a shout out to you for doing the broadcast, my man.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The driver from Dale Cup Game. Dale. Did I say Dale
Yes,
Cup
sir.
Game?
That's fine. Whatever you'd like.
Right. All right. Well, it's whatever I want because I'm in charge. It's my microphone. But Zach, it's your night, man. Nice job once again.
Thanks, bro.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our race winner from Dale Cup Games, Zachary Lima. But Al, time to move on to our second place finisher. That is the driver of the 63. And I believe you've caught up with him.
Yeah, down here on pit road with the 63 of Logan Helton. And Logan, you had a great race, a very fast W Energy 63 Chevy Camaro here tonight. What else did you need to come in through the trial to get that win from Zachary? Yeah, I think he's talking to us in Braille.
Oh, Braille. Oh, I don't use Braille.
Yeah, me neither. Logan might have stepped away for a moment here. Well, it was a long race, so.
All right, let's catch up with our third place finisher then. Al, I'll let you fire that one off.
All right, yeah, stand by. I'll see if Seabass is here. Sebastian, you around?
Yes, sir, I am.
There he is, Sebastian Marin, going to come home in that third spot. And, well, I'm not going to lie to you. At the beginning of the race, I did not think that was quite possible with how the night started off for you and this team. But a nice rebound, a good points night. Overall, going to come home with a third place finish at the end of this one. How'd you get it done?
Man, to be honest, just kind of minding my own business at the back, waiting for the right opportunity to pounce. I knew I wasn't going to get any stage points, and I was already going to be down a car, so I just decided to ride at the back and decided to go late. And luckily, I had a good buddy of mine, Gabe Butler, pushed me all the way to the front. And once you got there after the last pit stop, you're essentially not safe, but you're at least guaranteed to get a good finish unless you get involved in a wreck. So that's that's what we did. Got up front, dodged a couple wrecks, got a little bit of damage, but like you said, still ended up with a good finish. So can't be too disappointed. Obviously, wish I could have gotten stage points, but again, a third place finish should put me in a pretty good spot considering a lot of other playoff drivers had a rough night.
Yeah, while you're racing, how much are you paying attention to your other 15 competitors that you're vying not only just to get through this round, but you want to be inside that top 8? How much is the team relaying that, your spotters, or is that information that you want to know, or are you just out there trying to get the best out of it all?
I mean, a little bit of everything. I of course I want to know where they are, and of course I like my main focus really was Logan, because I know me and Logan are essentially the favorites. So I was kind of just basing it off of him, because I knew it was his race to lose. I knew he was probably the favorite to win that race. So I was mainly focused on him. There were times where I was talking with my teams to see if we could split off some of the playoff drivers or get them in a position that they'd be uncomfortable with. But I wasn't really truly focused on that. My main focus was just trying to get the lead and at least, if not me, get one of our teammates to win, which is exactly what happened. So yeah, I don't know. It's also the first race, so probably for the last race of every round, I would probably pay more attention, of course, especially if I'm in a tough spot. But I don't really look at it this early on in the playoffs.
Well, a good start to the season 10 playoffs here at Talladega. The sun is setting. Man, the wild one, I'm sure you have a lot of people to thank to get you here on the podium.
Yeah, definitely. My teammates over at Del Cup, Hunter, Kody, Zachary Lima, and Steven Krosek, they've been tremendous teammates. They've had pretty awful luck, to be honest. I've kind of been the few that hasn't had so many incidents that are not their doing. So thank them, because they're truly a big help, especially there at the end. We're working really well together. And I'll give a shout out to Zach for winning the race. I knew it was going to be tough to hold off Logan, so I was just trying to guarantee at least a win for us. And I'll give a shout out to you guys for putting on this broadcast that you do every week. So can't wait till next week, and hopefully we can get to the next round and then aim for the championship.
All right, well, congratulations, and we hope to be talking to you next week as well.
Thank you very much. Good night, guys.
There you go. That is the driver of the number 23, Sebastian Marin, coming home third, KR. And I believe you might have caught up with the driver that didn't want to talk to me, so maybe he'll talk to you.
We're going to try Logan Helton once again. Not sure how this is going to work out, but Logan, you got your ears on, bud?
I do this time. I don't know what was going on with Discord.
All right, Logan. Well, glad to have you here on the second step of the podium. But first things first, we got to ask, did you win stage number 1?
In my opinion, I did. I crossed the line first, and then I knew the caution didn't come out because 10 cars hadn't pit yet. But, I mean, the stage ends when you cross the line, not when the caution gets thrown. So I won stage 1. I entered the pits under my own power. It might not have looked like it, but, I mean, the whole reason I slowed down those laps was because I was saving fuel to enter the pits under my own power. Because, I mean, that's what the rule says. The rule says you got to enter the pits under your own power. And I may have only had 0.07 gallons remaining, but I entered the pits under my own power. So as far as I'm concerned, I won stage 1. And if they list it as if I didn't, I'll definitely be going to talk to someone about it.
All right, well, man, I'm with you there. It looked like you won the stage as well, and you did have power of your own when you came down pit road. But aside from that, a solid second place finish here tonight, the highest finishing championship contender. 2 more races to go. How do you feel your chances are to make it into the round of 8?
I'm pretty confident. We got those 10 bonus points from regular season, and then we got 10 from winning stage, and then we got 8 from finishing third in the other, I think. And then I think I led a lap, and then I think I led the most laps. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So I feel like I did the best I could tonight. I should have won stage 2 as well, but Peter did a good little fake out there, and it kind of threw me off. So I just I took what I could get. But yeah, had a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I could do. Oh, I didn't lead the most laps. Sorry, Lima did.
Well, man, nice job here tonight. Regular season champion, not something to gloss over, as that is extra bonus points into this round of 16. So nice job on that. Nice job on second place. Shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to give.
Just thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks to everyone at OP that makes these races possible. Thanks to my team at Alliance Motorsports for working with me tonight. Thanks to Dubby. Thanks to Rosa Gems Coffee for being on the car. Thanks to Justin Rowden for making this paint scheme. It's really good. And we had some Whataburger tonight. So we might have to. That definitely can't be every week because that was expensive. But it was good. So I guess every now and then we'll have to go back to Whataburger and get our pre-race meals in.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Once again, congratulations on second place on the podium.
Oh, thank you. One more. I got to thank Mike and Ike's for their delicious support throughout the race. That was my snack tonight.
Oh, there you go. Logan Helton getting an unfair advantage from the Mike and Ike's. I would process that, Al. That sounds like a illegal substance.
I'm taking it personal that he talked to you and not to me when I tried.
Maybe because I brush my teeth more often?
That is possible. No, good job, Logan, on a nice second place finish. And KR, what an amazing race to kick off the round of 16 with here at Talladega. I think there's only one thing left for us to do.
There is. That's to go home. Wait, no.
Yes.
The results. It's the results.
Oh, I got the car running, though.
All right, we'll go through it very quickly. Zachary Lima picks up his first win of the season, stealing it away from our championship 16. Logan Helton comes home second. Sebastian Marin third to round out the podium. Bryan Wang fourth, and Zach Freis ends up in fifth.
Rick Siebrands will come home sixth. Nathan Warren stretching the fuel to come home seventh. Dave Hunt, Casey Gilchrist, and Sean Stevens will round out your top 10.
11th place goes to Josh Milam, Andy Brigante in 12th, 13th, Kody Neagles, 14th, John Guerrera, and Eric Lorian, the 071, ends up in 15th place.
16th will go to Sean Maier, Richard Kuhn 17th, Hunter Reynolds 18th. Finishing in the 19th position will be Daniel Holloway, and Anthony English will finish 20th.
21st goes to David Overstreet, Jeff Crosby Jr. in 22nd. Peter deBorja in the 40 had a stellar run going, but ends up in 23rd. Gabe Butler 24th, and 25th place goes to Jim Maier.
Mark Mann will come home 26th. Jeff Crosby Sr. 27th. 28th will go to PJ Cox in the 01. David Booth and Zach Workman will finish 30th.
31st goes to Tyler Miller, Kevin Freis, 32nd. 33rd, Richard Sanchez, Steve Karosik, 34th. Then Vicente Guerrero, Jimmy Reynolds, and Jeremy Funk round out the drivers who started the race. And not sure what happened to Les Levy, but he will be scored in 38th, turning none of the laps here tonight. Like the scrub that he is. I did not say that out loud, did I, Al?
Say what?
That's what I thought. All right, Al, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Send us on home, bud.
All right, well, KR packs up his stuff. It's been a pleasure to bring you tonight's racing action. For KR Stolfus, our producer, I am Upstate Al. We will see you all again next week for race number 2 of round number 1 for the OP Premier Series playoffs. But until then, we hope you have a great week. Keep it wheels down. Don't wreck it. And we'll see you in turn 3.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.